I couldn't believe what I was seeing. A Tesla, supposedly on autopilot, suddenly crashes and bursts into flames. No warning, no explanation, just chaos. And that's when it hit me. Something is seriously wrong with Tesla. The company that once felt untouchable now looks like it's spiraling out of control. The stock is plummeting, loyal customers are turning away, and Elon Musk, who used to be seen as a tech genius, is now tangled in one controversy after another. It's not just bad press, it's a full-blown crisis. Investors are panicking. Even Tesla's own top executives are quietly jumping ship. So here's the real question. Is this just another rough patch, or are we witnessing the beginning of the end for Tesla? I checked the numbers, and they were worse than I expected. Tesla's stock has crashed by 43% since December 2024. That's not just a dip. That's billions of dollars in market value. Gone. Investors are freaking out. Analysts are scrambling to lower their price targets. And suddenly, what used to be one of the most powerful names in tech is now facing some of its darkest days. For years, Tesla felt unstoppable, but now the confidence that once surrounded it is unraveling fast. People are asking, what went wrong? Why is Tesla losing so much ground so quickly? And the deeper you look, the more cracks begin to show, especially in China. As if the stock crash wasn't enough, Tesla's sales numbers tell an even scarier story. In China, Tesla's biggest market outside the US, sales dropped by a brutal 29% in just 2 months. That's not a slowdown, that's a collapse. And the reason? Competition. Chinese automakers like BYD, NIO, and XPeng are stepping up big time. They're offering cheaper, high-quality electric vehicles that don't just match Tesla, they're beating it in features and value. Why pay more for a Tesla when local brands are delivering better for less? But the damage doesn't stop in China. Over in Europe, things are unraveling fast too. Tesla's sales have plummeted across the UK, France, and Scandinavia. And in Germany, a country where Tesla once had a solid foothold, registrations dropped a staggering 76% in just 2 months. It's not just a bad quarter, it's global momentum in freefall. And it's not just sales, it's a full-blown brand crisis. If there's one thing Tesla owners keep bringing up again and again, it's the service nightmare. For a company that sells futuristic tech and premium vehicles, Tesla's customer support often feels like it's stuck in the past. Long wait times, delayed repairs, parts shortages, missed appointments. And in some regions, there isn't even a service center within reasonable driving distance. Owners have taken to forums, social media, even the news, desperately trying to get help for basic issues. And while the cars themselves might be high-tech, the after-sales experience often leaves them feeling stranded and ignored. This isn't just a frustration, it's a threat to the brand. Great products can lose customers if the ownership experience falls apart. And right now, many Tesla owners are thinking twice about ever buying another one. What's worse? While traditional automakers are ramping up EV support with nationwide dealer networks, Tesla still insists on doing it their way, even if it's not working. And when a brand starts losing both trust and loyalty, it's not just the future that's in danger, it's the foundation. Let's be honest, Tesla just doesn't feel like the innovative, exciting company it used to be. Customers are frustrated, prices keep going up, features are being stripped away, promised models are delayed again and again. And to make things worse, build quality is still a major complaint. Meanwhile, Elon Musk, who should be steering the ship, is caught up in endless Twitter spats and political drama. Instead of focusing on fixing Tesla's problems, it feels like he's off chasing headlines and stirring controversy. For a lot of people, the magic is gone. What once felt like the future now feels like a brand that's losing touch. Tesla isn't leading anymore, it's lagging behind. And the backlash isn't staying online, it's spilling into the streets. It's not just headlines anymore, people are hitting the streets. In Germany, France, the UK, Canada, and even the US, massive protests are erupting. And they're not just holding signs, this is getting violent. Tesla charging stations have been set on fire. Cybertrucks are being smashed and vandalized in broad daylight. Dealerships are getting spray-painted, windows broken, and crowds chanting outside with one message: they've had enough of Elon Musk. This isn't just about cars, it's personal. A growing number of people see Musk as a symbol of everything they're pushing back against: corporate greed, political division, and worker mistreatment. In Germany, one protest even featured a massive float with Musk dressed as a dictator, mocking his influence over tech and politics. In Canada, the outrage has reached a boiling point. Demonstrators outside Tesla stores are chanting anti-Musk slogans, furious over his political stances and the way he treats employees. Even in the US, Tesla's home turf, protesters are showing up at showrooms with signs that say "Boycott Tesla" and "Stop Musk." What we're witnessing isn't just a wave of criticism, it's a full-blown social movement aimed squarely at Elon Musk. But the most damaging fallout is happening quietly, inside Tesla's own boardrooms. If you really want to know how bad things are at Tesla, don't just look at the stock chart, look at what the insiders are doing. The people who know the company best, they're cashing out. We're talking top executives, Elon Musk's own brother, Kimball Musk, Tesla's chief financial officer, even the company's chairwoman, Robin Denholm. They've all dumped millions of dollars worth of stock at a time when the stock is already crashing. Denholm alone sold $33 million in shares, and this wasn't some routine transaction. She sold while the stock was in free fall. That kind of timing raises serious red flags. Around the same time, the CFO stepped down after offloading a big chunk of stock. And he's not alone. Other key figures in Tesla's leadership, especially those in finance, engineering, and production, have also quietly walked away. Think about that. These are the people with direct access to Tesla's financials, future plans, and internal operations. If they believed in a comeback, wouldn't they be holding on? Wouldn't they be buying shares while prices are low? But they're not. They're running for the exits. And it gets worse, Tesla is now caught in an international trade war. While Tesla is facing heat abroad, the pressure at home is just as intense. US automakers like Ford and General Motors have stepped up their game, launching electric vehicles that are not only affordable, but more reliable and better supported by nationwide service networks. The Ford F-150 Lightning, for example, is eating into Cybertruck's potential market before it's even fully rolled out. And GM's electric SUVs and trucks are gaining traction with consumers who want EVs without the drama. At the same time, newer startups like Rivian and Lucid are winning praise for innovation, quality, and performance, traits that once defined Tesla. These companies aren't trying to be Tesla 2.0, they're trying to be better. And right now, they're making a strong case. All of this adds even more pressure to a brand that's already bleeding from every angle. Tesla isn't just losing ground globally, it's fighting for its life right here at home. But while competition rises, another storm is brewing, this time across the northern border. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse for Tesla, Canada stepped in and dropped a bombshell. The Canadian government has slammed Tesla with a brutal 100% tariff. That means if you're a Canadian buyer, the price of a Tesla just doubled overnight. It's a knockout blow to Tesla's presence in one of its strongest international markets. But that's not all. Ontario tore up a multi-million-dollar contract with Starlink, Elon Musk's satellite internet company. The deal would have expanded internet access to rural areas, but now it's off the table completely. And this isn't just about business, it's political. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau didn't hold back. In a press conference, he openly slammed Musk's alliance with Donald Trump, calling it dangerous and unacceptable. His message was loud and clear. If Musk wants to meddle in politics, Canada will hit back, hard. And that's exactly what's happening. Government contracts are being shredded, financial penalties are being stacked up, and Canadian buyers are moving on. Why pay double for a Tesla when they can get a Ford, Volkswagen, or another competitive EV for much less? Canada isn't just walking away from Musk, they're sending a message. Tesla is no longer welcome. And if that sounds bad, Canada isn't finished yet. Canada isn't backing down. In fact, they're just getting started. Government officials are now pushing for a full ban on Starlink services across all public agencies. If passed, no Canadian government department would be allowed to use Musk's satellite internet, cutting off yet another major revenue stream. And more tax penalties are already on the table. Canadian lawmakers are considering even harsher import restrictions on Tesla vehicles, making it nearly impossible for the company to stay competitive in that market. At this point, it's clear, this isn't just about business anymore, it's political. Canada is drawing a hard line, not just against Tesla, but against Musk's growing influence in global affairs. So, what does all this mean for Tesla's future? There's one more issue that's quietly eating away at Tesla's reputation, and it's hitting the core of what made the brand famous in the first place. It's technology. Tesla's autopilot and so-called full self-driving features were once the crown jewels of the brand. But today, they've become one of its biggest liabilities. Multiple high-profile crashes, some deadly, have been linked to these systems. And while the branding implies near-complete autonomy, the reality is far murkier. Regulators are investigating, lawsuits are piling up, and safety advocates are sounding the alarm, calling Tesla's claims misleading and dangerous. For everyday drivers, confidence in the tech is starting to erode. People are questioning whether the future Tesla promised is even real or just a sales pitch that's gone too far. And when you mix technical failures with legal scrutiny and public outrage, you've got a recipe for disaster. Tesla didn't just sell cars. It sold trust in a self-driving future. But that trust? It's breaking. So with crumbling confidence, rising competition, and global backlash, what's really next for Tesla? It's hard to ignore the signs. Tesla's dominance is slipping. The numbers are down, the confidence is gone, and the backlash is growing louder by the day. Elon Musk's political stances, once brushed off as bold or eccentric, are now tearing his customer base in half. What used to be a brand people proudly supported is becoming one they're hesitant to be associated with. The protests, the vandalism, the international trade penalties, it's all piling up. And inside the company, the people who know it best are leaving, selling off stock, and moving on. That kind of insider exodus doesn't just happen by accident. It happens when the people at the top see trouble coming. So now, we're all left wondering, is this the beginning of the end for Tesla? Or does Elon Musk have one more comeback left in him? Let us know what you think in the comments. Is Tesla done for, or is this just another chapter in its roller coaster ride? If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape the tech world. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.